Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a segment that I don't do very often because the movie industry is done, but I thought I'd do it again. Why I'm not seeing these movies. Yes, you can judge a book by its cover, and I judge movies how I see fit, even though I haven't seen them. Even though I haven't seen the trailer in some instances, I'm going to judge them right now, strictly by their write-ups as a screenwriter. You may not agree, but I mean, you can gauge if the movie's going to be any good by my reaction. I like certain things, you like certain things, so let's get into it. This first one, I absolutely want to see. S House. It's a comedy. It says drama and romance. That turns me off. Don't put drama in it. Just make it a comedy. A homesick college freshman goes to a party at S House, and the movie's actually called S House, and ends up spending the night with a sophomore RA who has a SE day and wants someone to hang out with. Sounds like a typical college movie. We need more comedies. I'm totally thirsty for one of these. I will probably watch it. Simply because it's one of those and there's not 10 million of them. I mean, there used to be, back in the 80s, oh my God, you throw a stick, there'd be like 5 of these movies out. Two Hearts. Romance movie about couples and the future, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anybody in the movie, so doesn't look good. Alone. This is looks like a zombie movie, so just based on that, I would see it. Donald Sutherland makes an appearance. It's about a guy who's trapped in like an apartment building. It may be a remake of an Asian movie. I'm not sure. I think I saw the trailer to this, or the trailer to the Asian movie. You know, it could be good. Maybe. This is a hard maybe. I probably would say it if it's a zombie movie. I don't know why they don't just say zombies, but they say infected screamers. This is not a movie. It's a documentary about Robert Fisk. Maybe. Yeah, I like documentaries sometimes. I gotta be in the mood for a documentary, you know what I mean? Don't Look Back. When a young woman overcoming her traumatic past is among several witnesses who see a man fatally assaulted and don't intervene. Then they find themselves targeted by someone or something out for revenge. They made this movie a bunch of time. I Know What You Did Last Summer, that kind of stuff. So, you know, unless I hear it's an amazing take, probably not. The Empty Man. On the trail of a missing girl, an ex-cop comes across a secretive group attempting to summon a terrifying supernatural entity. Stephen Root is in it, so maybe. I'd probably see this. You know, if I had nothing better to do, it was on, like on a Netflix or something like that. After We Collided, based on the 2014 romance novel, pass. Synchronic. I saw the trailer for this. 2 New Orleans paramedics' lives are ripped apart after they encounter a series of horrific deaths linked to a designer drug with bizarre, otherworldly effects. Looks cool. Looks very cool. I would say it. Come Play. A monster named Larry that manifests itself through its smartphones. Pass. Fatale. Thriller. Married man tricked into murder scheme by a female police detective. Hilary Swank? Maybe. She's a pretty good actress and she's pretty sexy, so it's a hard maybe. I'd have to hear a little bit about it. I don't like the premise necessarily, but maybe. Kevin Costner is back in Let Him Go, along with Diane Lane, retired sheriff, and his wife, grieving over the death of their son, set out to find their only grandson. It says crime, drama, thriller. Seems like a lot to put in a movie, but I would certainly be open to it. Mortal. Fantasy adventure story about a young man discovering he has godlike powers based on ancient Norwegian mythology. Yeah, I'd see that. It's a foreign movie, too. I could tell by the names of the cast. So, yeah. This one doesn't even have a poster yet. Embattled. A son aspires to follow in his famous MMA father's footstep, but along the journey he must figure out how to break the abusive cycle, if possible, that his father has continued. Sounds like a woke version of the MMA. I'll pass. Happiest Season. A holiday romantic comedy captures the range of emotions tied to wanting your family's acceptance, being true to yourself, and trying not to ruin Christmas. Doesn't sound funny. It's supposed to be a comedy, a romantic comedy. Dan Levy's in it. Alison Brie, Mackenzie Davis, Kristen Stewart. Sounds like mostly a good cast. I mean, those first two names definitely good for comedy, but that description's horrible. I think you need a better description there. I'm a weak maybe. Voyagers, a crew of astronauts on a multi-generation mission, descend into paranoia and madness, not knowing what is real or not. Sounds like what's the name? Event Horizon. Colin Farrell's in it, so that's a strong maybe for me. I'd probably see this movie. I want to read at least one or two reviews just to make sure it's not. I mean, it could be total bunk, but looks. I mean, that doesn't sound bad. It's been done before, but Ziggy Stardust chronicles the journey of a young David Bowie. I'm not big on these bio movies. They tend to be exaggerated for the film. I want stuff to be super true to form, where you got to have a topic that really. I mean, I love David Bowie, but that it doesn't sound like the stakes are very high in that. You know, the Sex Pistols movie, that, you know, just the scene alone where they go to Texas is amazing. Nomad Land stars Frances McDormand as a woman in her 60s who loses everything in the Great Recession and embarks on a journey through the American West, living in a van. Sounds a bit preachy, maybe because of Frances McDormand. She's a very good actress. I don't know. Dear Santa, a documentary about Operation Santa in the post office. Probably not, but I'm not against it. Free Guy. Oh, this is Ryan Reynolds as an. I did see the trailer for this. He's an NPC in a video game. I think this movie has been delayed a bunch of times. Not a good sign, although it may be the beer virus. Sounds like this movie would have done okay a year ago. This movie is probably going to crash and burn. Ryan Reynolds is funny. I don't see how they sustain this for 90 minutes. So, probably a pass. Maybe I'd watch it on like a Netflix if I heard it was good. Farewell, Amor. Reunited after 17 years in Angola, immigrant is joined in the U.S. by his wife and daughter, now strangers sharing a one-bedroom apartment. See, that to me is a setup for a drama. And it's just a drama. That, if I'm in the mood for a drama, that's totally on my list. Death on the Nile. This is another Hercule Poirot remake. You know, they're very good. I mean, they've already been remade in color, but Kenneth Branagh is very good in it. Would I see it? I'm not a huge fan of this particular franchise, but I wouldn't be against seeing it. I just wouldn't go out of my way. Coming to America 2. Now, I love Eddie Murphy. I think he's very funny. I still haven't seen the Dolomite movie. And this is a great return to form for him. Problem is, I kind of didn't see the first movie. I've seen enough clips of it. I kind of know the whole deal. I kind of boycotted it because of the controversy around Coming to America. So I have a lot of conflicting issues as a screenwriter seeing this franchise. But I think it'll be good, especially if you're an Eddie Murphy fan. The Father. A man refuses all assistance from his daughter as he ages. As he tries to make sense of his changing circumstances, he begins to doubt his loved ones, his own mind, and even the fabric of his reality. That sounds really cool. Sounds like what Joe Biden's going through. So, yeah, sign me up. Wonder Woman, 1984. I still haven't seen the first one. I gotta see it. I'm just so behind on my watching, as you could tell. But I would go see this movie, assuming I could see the first one and put it all together. The Croods, A New Age. Nope, won't even read the description. News of the World. Now, this is a very strange title for a movie. For this particular movie, listen to the description. A widowed Civil War veteran agrees to deliver a girl taken by the Kiowa people years ago to her aunt and uncle against her will. They travel hundreds of miles, face grave dangers as they search for a place that either can call their home. Directed by Paul Greengrass, stars Tom Hanks, Elizabeth Marvel, Ray McKinnon, and Mare Winningham. Sounds like a good premise. It's a very non-Western title. I don't understand why they call it News of the World. That sounds like, a news show or at best a documentary. It doesn't sound like a Western. And this is a very Western movie. It's got the Civil War in it. It's got Indians. I mean, I don't think Tom Hanks is the main guy. I think he's probably too old to be the lead. It's probably Ray McKinnon's the lead, and Tom Hanks is in it. They put his name on it to pump it up. It sounds good. Sounds like a good premise for a movie. Action, adventure, drama, history, Western. But God, I hate that title. I just hate it. Change the title. Call it anything else. I mean, anything. Something Western. Unforgiven, Silverado, Pale Rider, something like that. This News of the World. It's just a bad title. Anyhow, that's my assessment of the movies coming out. Don't know if you're going to the movies. I haven't been to a movie in months and months and months. I really should get out there. I did kind of want to see Tenet, but I've just been too lazy. I'm so out of sync this year. Maybe I'll just wait till next year. Or maybe I'll catch up on everything on Christmas. That's it for me and Joan today. We're going to go walkies, and we will see you next time. Ready for walkies, Joan? Go walkies? Walkies outside? You're not very excited.